Today I'm going to show you how I decorated this vintage heart wedding cake. Come join me. So this cake is a 6-inch vanilla heart cake. So I started this with two 6-inch vanilla round cakes, and I'm going to cut this cake to make it into a heart cake. So I started by stacking and coating the cake with vanilla buttercream icing. After I had it done with a very basic crumb coat, I then cut it into the heart shape. So to do that, I'll show you here just in 1 second. So I kind of did a score cut along the side and took that initial piece and put it onto the top of that same side. And then I did the same thing on the other side. You'll see how I did that using icing. I kind of glue it together. And then where those pieces come together up at the top, you kind of cut out a tiny little V out to give it a deeper cut where the heart joins at the top. And then from there, you just kind of crumb coat it even more so that it holds it together more securely. So you can see here where I cut that V into the cake. So here we have the heart cake, and then from there I will move it down further on the cake board so that it is centered where it's supposed to be on the board. And that's how you do a cake from a circle into a heart cake. So here I am just kind of adding that additional icing just to keep it, to get it fully covered so that I can begin to decorate this in the vintage style, which the vintage style is just a whole lot of piping onto the cake to make it very old style with different tips. So here I am using one tip just to kind of go along the bottom, and I'll do the same thing with that same tip along the top. I went along that twice with that ruffle tip, and then I'm going along the top of that ruffle tip as well. I love these ruffle tips. They're probably one of my favorite kinds of tips. And then I used a star tip to go along the bottom and the top of the cake. And I started in by doing some kind of banner loops down the side of the cake. Doing some scallops at the meat points. And doing some S designs. And some dot designs, and this is all really just a matter of filling in the different spaces on the cake with different piping designs to give it that older vintage look. Here I am just adding some additional piping, some additional scallops, some additional dots, some stars. Then I'm going back around with a smaller tip in the center. And then I'm using that same tip to go along the bottom again. And then that is going to complete the look as far as the piping is concerned, although I am going to go back and then write happily ever after on the top. And with that, this is the look of the cake. And if you enjoyed watching this video, I do encourage you to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss any future content. And as you can see here, there's some additional photos of individuals enjoying the cake. Thank you so much for watching. Please come again.